Okay, it's a bit of a delayed review, but we are going to go over Noah's New Year show that started off the year. Their big event that sort of is like their WrestleMania for the year upcoming. So, we are going to review it because I'm finally catching up. This finally dropped on Wrestle Universe, and if you're not a member of Wrestle Universe, it's so worth getting into. It's like £7 a month, and you get like 5 different companies. There's literally a show like every day, if not every other day. You honestly cannot go wrong with it. So for this, a little bit of preference, obviously delayed review. We are almost 3 months behind, but we're going to be watching with the English commentary, and there's going to be no spoilers on the results. So let's jump right in, and the opening match is the Noah Rumble. So first things first, Yu Iwata, I firmly believe, could be one of the big future stars for Noah. For a young lion, he's really good at what he does, and who doesn't love a good Rumble? Most of the time they're pretty solid, and it's just a fun way to get a lot of wrestlers on the card, especially the big show of the year. We had some future young stars, some returning wrestlers, some solid stars you'd expect to see throughout a Noah show. Overall, a solid pre-show match to start the event off. The only downside was this was pretty long, and at moments it really did feel like it. We start the main show now, and it's time for the GHC Junior Tag Team titles. This is a 3-team match, and it's a nice, fast-paced match to get the main show underway. Typical what you'd see in like American sort of like style cruiserweight matches to kick the show off, high-paced. This is exactly that. I actually enjoyed having one person from each team as the active wrestler at once, as opposed to just 2 wrestlers. Nice little like constant triple threat action. There was a nice balance between the fast, high-paced flying guys and the more traditional wrestlers, which made the match feel different to just a high-paced spot fest. There's a pretty good near fall from the champs near the end that had me convinced it was over, and overall this is a solid match. You'll definitely find better, but you'll easily find much worse. Up next was the 8-man tag match, and this is a Noah-type staple match. And in this case, it was Team Noah, which is a stable of Noah veterans, taking on another team made up of Japanese wrestling veterans. Now, any match with Go Ziozaki is going to be, at its worst, really good, and this is no different. This match won't change your life watching it, but it's an easy one to sit through to get to the rest of the show. We then went into a Defeat the Beast match with a 1-minute time limit. Essentially, a young lion takes on a beast of a veteran wrestler. I didn't really understand the concept. Having a young lion survive for 60 seconds against a 53-year-old wrestler doesn't really seem like a great way to try and add stock to the young guy. But the whole young lion system in Japan is way different to the wrestling we have over here in the UK or even in America, so maybe for Japanese culture it makes more sense. Now the next match was a brother versus brother match as Hijo del Wagner Jr. took on Galeno del Mayo. No real explanation why this is happening from commentary. I'm unsure if the Japanese commentary side explained it, but this does just seem like a match that's happening for the sake of it. Now Galeno, for a big man, moves around incredibly well, leaping over the top rope, jumping from the top turnbuckle. This is a really solid, hard-hitting affair with some nice moments of lucha libre, and honestly, probably the sleeper match of the show. Really, really good, and for being, I think he's 23, Galeno is probably going to be a future huge star. Now following this, we have Kenoh versus Kenta to celebrate 25 years of Noah, which you just know is going to be an insanely good, hard-hitting match. Now this was the first match on the show that really stood out to me, and honestly, it was as great as you'd expect. If you're a Kenoh fan, you're going to enjoy this match. If you're a Kenta fan, you're going to enjoy this match. If you're a Japanese strong style fan, you're going to enjoy this match. I cannot recommend it enough. The ending was a really great way to protect the other wrestler from taking a loss, just from how much they needed to do to put them down, and this did live up to what I expected from it. Again, this is one of the must-watch matches on the show. Now follow this with the GHC Junior World Heavyweight title, as it's time for champion Daga to take on Eita in a Lucha Libre 2 out of 3 falls match. Now in my opinion, Daga is one of the best wrestlers Noah has, and easily their best junior wrestler. Now as we can probably guess, this match will go to the 3rd and final fall, because that's just how wrestling works, with Daga picking up the first fall within minutes, and I mean minutes. Really surprising. Eita then picks up the second fall extremely quick afterwards, inspiring the babyface comeback after a very, very heel-dominated start of the match. From here, the match just kicks into a high gear until the end, and overall is another really great match. It does a really solid job of following the previous Kenoh versus Kenta match. Now we get a little bit of an intermission, and after that it's the GHC national title as Masa Kitamiya takes on the champion Manabu Soya. This is another matchup just between two beefy, hard-hitting men on the Noah roster, and it starts off exactly how you'd expect, with them trading forearms and strikes. Now, no way was this a bad match, it just didn't quite deliver to me personally after the last two great matches. Now, this would probably be some people's favourite match on the show, and I couldn't blame them, but it just kind of fell flat to me. It wasn't the best way to kick off after an intermission. We follow this with the JC World Tag Team titles as the legendary Naomichi Marufuji and Tashiya Segura take on Jack Morris and Omos, of all people from the WWE. Now, Marufuji and Segura need no introduction if you're a Japanese wrestling fan, and Scottish wrestler Jack Morris has had some incredible GHC national title defences last year and tag team title defences alongside Anthony Green. And I was really excited to see how Noah would portray Omos. And the answer is like an absolute monster. WWE could have learned so much from what Noah did with Omos in this match. Like, with the quality of the wrestlers in this, it's as good as you'd expect it to be. And for me personally, this livened the event up after an intermission and then the previous match. And it got Omos over so well. And now it's then time for the first of the double main event, and this sees my personal favourite Noah wrestler Ulka Sasaki take on Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, this is a very heavy MMA style opening with both men working out that range for strikes, but the commentator's doing a really good job explaining that this is a student versus mentor matchup, as well as going into the history of Ulka Sasaki in the UFC and Shinsuke Nakamura and his MMA background. Overall, just a very solid match. Brawling inside the ring, that then ends up on the outside, with Nakamura the mentor just dominating Sasaki during the opening half of the match. Sasaki finally mounts his comeback, hitting Nakamura with equally hard strikes, and if you need a reminder of just how good Nakamura can be at what he does, this is a great match to show it. However, I kind of expected a little more. I'm not sure what I expected, but this match, for as good as it was, it just left me needing a little bit more from it. And then the final match of the night is for the GHC World title, and it sees Noah Golden Boy Kaito Kitamiya take on Ozawa in a match that surprised me a lot when it was announced. Now, before the match even starts, the aura and presentation of both men is so contrasting. You've got Kitamiya in the light white and silver, and Ozawa in just the black. And it just seems like these guys are natural foes, which helps this match build up incredibly well before the bells are even rung. Now, this is billed as another student versus teacher match, as well as a match between the top babyface and the top heel stables, which commentary really put over well. Ozawa portrays the cocky, disrespectful heel here incredibly well, including things like picking his nose and wiping it on the down to Kitamiya, to the point that Ozawa the heel starts getting cheered by the Japanese crowd, which is rare. Now, lots of big moves in this one, including an incredible top rope powerbomb, and honestly, this match exceeded my expectations, and Ozawa comes out of this looking particularly well with his performance. Overall, this was a solid main yearly event from Pro Wrestling Noah, which seemingly sets up some interesting ways for them to take the upcoming year. It's going to be interesting to catch up on the rest of the shows to see just where they've gone from this, but it makes me happy to be a Noah fan. I think the company's incredible. So let me know in the comments below what you thought about the show if you've seen it, and if you haven't, don't forget it is on Wrestle Universe, and this video is in no way sponsored at all, but for like £6-7, which is probably like $8 or $9 a month, the amount of content you get from like 5 or 6 Japanese companies is just so good, and it's so worth the money. So I would urge you to sign up for their free trial and check it out, and if you fall in love with Noah like I did, then check it out. If not, maybe you're a DDT fan, maybe you'll like Marigold, maybe you'll like Gambar Pro. Regardless, if you haven't, go and check them out, and if you do, let me know what you think about them, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.